it's getting to that time of year when a lot of us are planning our travel. I seem to travel all the time, so I've learned to just weave some of these travel tips into my everyday. Starting with packing. I love to have a packing list. I've photocopied it and I tick it off every time I have to travel, because sometimes it's last minute. Sometimes I've got weeks to plan, but I still love to have my list, and then you can add clothes depending on the season. My one tip though is, as much as it's nice to get ready in advance, don't pack in little bits, because you're just bound to forget something. So I wait and do my final pack just before I'm going to go to the airport, maybe just literally the night before. And that seems to me to be a really good travel tip. The next thing is, let's just assume you are taking a flight. I think it is so important to dress in something that you're really comfortable with. So for me, that's usually leggings and a nice comfy top. My 3 things though, I always travel with that just feel like friends to me when I do is, number 1, my pashmina. I have a lovely pashmina that kind of doubles up as a blanket and just makes me feel kind of cozy. The second thing is, actually I do have a little plush blanket that I purchased. It's a child's single blanket, and if I don't like the airline blankets, even if they provide one or not, then I love to use my own blanket. And the third thing is flight socks. I know we're all aware of DVT and the perils of flying high, and just what that can do to your whole circulatory system. So I learned quite a long time ago that compression socks are a really good idea. And so I grabbed some of those from the pharmacy. And they're my 3 things that I kind of take with me on a flight. The next thing is to hydrate. I know it sounds obvious, but we are going to lose so much water from our body and our skin when we are 35,000 miles in the air. So it's such a good idea to fill your water bottle. What I do is I take an empty one, and I go through customs and security, and then when I get to the other end, I fill it up there's many water stations now, and then during the flight as well. And I try to generally on a flight drink somewhere between 1.5 and 2 litres of water, and I get the staff to help me refill that. It is really an essential part of travel. The next thing is to have a good novel. I love to be able to switch off if I'm on a short trip or a longer trip. I like to lose myself in a book. It's the one time when I really find that I can complete a novel. And some of my favourites recently have been Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. One of the best reads I have ever had. You've got to check that one out. And the other one, which was a complete laugh out loud book, was Making It Up As I Go Along by Marion Keyes. That's just 2 of my favourites that you have to try this year. Then when it comes to preparing to travel, usually if I'm going on a trip, I will make sure that a couple of days before I have a good body exfoliation. Our body scrub is called Sugar Buff. It is amazing. And that makes sure that I get rid of all my dead skin cells. So if I'm going to be in the sun, I've got a nice surface of skin to just enjoy that summer warmth and that sun. And the next thing is to basically get my skincare regime sorted. Probably going to have a moisturiser that's just a little bit more rich for being out in the sun, or certainly protection is vital if you're taking a skiing holiday or just going to be in the sun. Life Defense is fantastic. It's not just for when you're out in the sunshine. It's an everyday moisturiser that is great for all skin types, but has your lovely SPF in it as well. Talking of products, and you know I would, then I have to say I would never leave home. In fact, there is a bottle of this in my bag at all times, and it is called Breath of Life. It's an inhalation essence, and so you can actually use just a couple of drops on a tissue just to help you breathe better. You can also use some as a vaporizer. Just put a couple of drops into some boiling water, and then you can steam, and really that just helps you breathe better. Also helps sanitize the area around you. And then for travel, this is essential. You can just pop it straight on a bite. If you get a bite or a cut, it's antiseptic, and it is just fabulous. And it has got the most gorgeous fragrance in it, which is menthol, eucalyptus, and tea tree. That is my must, my travel friendly product. And then finally, just want to introduce you to this fabulous kit. If you are traveling This is called Spa Wherever You Are, which is the motto of our brand. It's about creating a spa wherever you find yourself. And this just feels like taking a friend with me when I'm away, and has these lovely travel essentials which will last you a couple of weeks. First of all, in this bag comes the mother of all eye shades, and you haven't got to be doing a long haul flight to enjoy this. It's just beautifully velvety, and it just helps you to take a nap and block out light. And when I pop my headphones in and listen to my lovely relaxing music, I feel far away, and it just really helps me to relax. And this lovely collection of travel essentials, and one I could talk about them all, but one I will just highlight, which is Repose. If you know Temple Spa, you'll be familiar with Repose. And the first thing I do when I'm taking a flight, I take all my makeup off. I take my little mini cleanser in the beginning, usually, and a hot flannel. And I take all my makeup off, and then I put lashings of Repose on. And I find that just relaxes me. It helps me to settle into the flight. If I want to have a doze, it kind of really is sleep inducing. But also at 35,000 feet, it really is a high altitude moisturizer. And then when you arrive, you will be rested and your skin feels nourished, and you are ready to enjoy your travels. So wherever you find yourself this year, enjoy and travel safe.